Welcome once again to another edition of B&B Hockey Talk. I'm Aaron Bloxel with my co-host, Mr. Matt Balzer. So today, not a lot happening in the NHL, but we do have a little bit of news and notes that we'll catch you up on. Great interview this morning on Sportsnet 650 Radio with Vancouver Canucks owner Francesco Aquilini. We don't have a lot out of that conversation because they talked a lot outside of hockey. But one of the big things there was the retirement of next year of Daniel Sedin and Henrik Sedin. And it's not going to be one day, by the way. They did say it was going to be a week long because they're potential Hall of Fame players and that they deserve it. What are your thoughts on that? And then why don't you catch us up to date with some of the other minor NHL news and notes?
Yeah. I think that's perfect. It's like they are the best two players in Canuck history. It's like I know Pavel Bure might come a little close to, like, for some people, but from start to finish, the Sedins were the best for the Canucks. And yeah, it's going to be a great week. I'm actually happy it's not just going to be like a one night thing. It'll be a whole week which you can just celebrate their careers. But getting into today's stuff, Canucks are in Tampa Bay tonight. There's a couple lineup changes. Brendan Leipsic will be a healthy scratch tonight, and Tyler Mott will be back in the lineup. He will be on the top line with Bo Horvat and Brock Besser to start the game, which is a little bit of a question mark since Berardi had that huge game last night or the other night against the Carolina Hurricanes where he had 2 goals and 3 points. But he'll stay on the third line.
I thought that was a question mark whether that was the first line or not.
Yeah, that's turned into the second line with the way Pettersson's line just keeps producing. And Michael Del Zotto will again be a healthy scratch tonight, which I'm very happy with. That he continues to stay out of the lineup, and the younger defensemen continue to get to play. And Anders Nielsen will make his season debut in net against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have only played 1 game so far this year, and we'll get Tyler Johnson back in the lineup. So that heavy offense that they have just got a little bit better there tonight. Some other stuff for Canucks. Antoine Roussel will be in full practice tomorrow for the Canucks, and then he'll be evaluated by the medical staff, and then they'll go from there. If he feels good after tomorrow, that he could be potentially in the lineup this weekend for the Canucks. Along with an update on Olli Juolevi from Utica Comets general manager, saying that he's looked actually very impressive so far down in Utica. He says he's nothing flashy or anything, but he so far so good down in Utica. And Thatcher Demko, Jim Benning, said that he talked to him today, and he's been on the bike for the past couple of days, and hopefully by next week he'll be back on the ice. To other stuff in Montreal, Shea Weber skated today for the first time since his knee surgery, but he's still slated not to be back in the lineup until around mid-December. And also to go with Montreal, their home opener tonight, they will be honoring the 1993 Stanley Cup Championship team. So you'll get to see a lot of old legendary players, including Patrick Waugh, tonight in Montreal for that big celebration for the season opener.
It was a great run that they had that year, finishing 3rd in the Adams division, but managing to upset Quebec in the first round, sweeping Buffalo and the Islanders, I believe, after that, and then beating the Los Angeles Kings in the final. So 11 straight overtime wins. That will always be remembered from that playoff, and a record that will probably never be broken. That was a great – yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they were a great team, but they were a great team when it mattered, and they had when you have players like Guy Carbonneau and Patrick Waugh and Mike Keane and some really good, solid two-way players on that Montreal team. I mean, you can never count them out for sure. They got just enough offense from guys like Vinny Damphousse, Kirk Muller, Brian Bellows, rookie John Leclerc at that time. So for those that are my age, you probably remember. For those that are Matt's age, you're probably wondering who the heck I'm talking about. Yes, Brian Bellows is Kiefer Bellows' dad.
Well, at least I know some of the bigger names. As soon once when you start going down the lineup, then it's just like I have no clue who that is, sort of thing.
two
But
two names you should learn and watch highlights of. Two young rookies in Stefan Lebeau and Gilbert Dion. Both played that year, had incredible rookie seasons, but unfortunately their careers fizzled out after that season. But I'm sure there's some great highlight stuff on them from that year because they definitely helped carry that Montreal team through to the Stanley Cup. So.
mm-hmm. Very, very good. Getting into a couple more injury stuff. Ryan Getzlaf is dealing with a groin injury, and their general manager Bob Murray came out today saying it's not as severe as they once thought. But on some health news, they got Ryan Kessler back in the lineup last night, and he scored a goal. So they're starting to get a couple guys back from injury, but hopefully Getzlaf is back sooner than later, as Murray suggests. Otherwise, it could be a rough going in Anaheim, as they got outshot badly again, 39-25 by Arizona. So they've been giving up around 40 shots tonight, but John Gibson continues to stand on his head and keep them in every game. Along with Nolan Patrick with Philadelphia. He'll be out for the next 7 to 10 days with an upper body injury, along with James Van Riemsdyk, as we mentioned yesterday, who's out 5 to 6 weeks. Some big injury hits there to their second line. And lastly, what I'll go with is Austin Watson's 27-game suspension. An individual arbitrator has reduced it to 18 games, so knocking 9 games off. Will be I think, well, that's good news for Nashville. I still don't agree with it, just with the domestic violence charge. I think you need to keep that as seriously as possible. So I would have liked it to stay at 27 games, but yeah, it's a little bit of good news for Nashville there.
Goaltender Matt Murray for the Pittsburgh Penguins, of course, skated, but will not be playing tonight. So. But he is close to returning. And I'm sure Chicago Blackhawk fans are anxiously awaiting their goaltender, Corey Crawford, to come back as well. But he's still yet a ways away. So what else you got for us on this Thursday? I know there's 12 games tonight in the NHL. Like we discussed in yesterday's episode, Edmonton, Florida, Tampa, and New Jersey all finally playing their second game of the season, as some other teams are playing their fourth or fifth game yet tonight. So,
yeah. So, well, my eyes will be on a little bit of the Canucks game before I have to go to my own hockey game. So I'll be playing catch up tonight. So with highlights and stuff, if I don't get it to later tonight, since tomorrow there's no games, you'll get to see all the top highlights. Including all the Canucks highlights from tonight, either later tonight or tomorrow.
If anybody knows why the NHL isn't playing any games tomorrow night, please comment below. We'd love to know why. We both thought perhaps another sporting event, but we haven't been able to come up with what it is. I'm not sure if it's the opening day for the NBA, but they usually don't start, I don't think, until November. So, if you know, maybe it's just one of those rare nights over the last 10 years. I think it would be maybe number 4 or 5 where there's no hockey on one night. So let us know, though, in the comments. Remember to like and share our Facebook page. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And, that's pretty much all we got for you today on this slow hockey day. We'll have definitely some more comments for you tomorrow on our show after 12 exciting games tonight. And we will catch you on here tomorrow, and you guys have a great rest of your day.